What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made these. Beautiful, delicious, smoky, cheesy, chickeny, amazing barbecue chicken flautas. Coming up. These are some chicken thighs. Pat them dry. And what I got here is some classic bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. Got these from my friends over at Porter Road. They've got some incredible chicken. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend picking some up. And today for seasoning, we're gonna keep these real simple. Just a little bit of S, a little bit of P, and a little bit of G. Both sides, folks, you know the drill. And we're gonna be adding a lot more flavor down the road, so that's why I'm keeping it real simple today, at least at this stage. And I'm also aiming for some crispy skin, so that's why a really simple seasoning like this will work well. And whenever you're seasoning stuff, always do it from up high. Gives you a more even spread. That way, you don't forget the sides, because that would be a rookie move. And I'm gonna pop this in my fridge for just a little bit to let that salt really start working on the meat, while we go ahead and start working on everything else. Starting with some beef fat flour tortillas. So into the food processor, I'm going in with some bread flour, some kosher salt, and some baking powder. And just get that mixed up real quick. And next up, we're going in with our Wagyu beef tallow and mix that up until it's looking nice and incorporated and nice and sandy, crumbly. Looking good. And now we're going in with some warm water. And once your dough is formed, we're gonna let it knead in here for maybe about a minute or two. Beautiful. And if everything went according to plan, we should have a nice, supple, warm ball of tortilla dough. Must say, that feels very nice in the hands. Now typically at this stage, I would rest this dough for at least 45 minutes to let all that gluten relax before forming it into individual tortillas. But this time we're gonna try and skip that step, form it into balls now, and then let those balls rest. And of course, you can make your tortillas as big or as small as you like. I'm gonna shoot for around 45 grams per ball. Beautiful. Tuck all the seams underneath, creating a nice smooth top, and then just give it the old roly-poly. There we go, so cute. And just like that, all of our little tortilla balls are looking beautiful. So I got them in this tortilla warmer here, where they will rest for at least an hour. What I got right here is some diced up Roma tomatoes, because we're about to make a super quick pico de gallo with all the usual suspects, including some white onion, some jalapeno, some garlic, cilantro, some lime juice, some kosher salt, and some freshly cracked black pepper. And just get that all nice and mixed up. Beautiful. Next up, let's make a quick avocado crema, starting with some crema. Boop. One gigantic avocado. Ooh. Some cilantro stems, a little bit of some garlic, lime juice, big fat pinch of salt, shot of some cumin, and some chili powder. And get that mixed up. Beautiful. Be sure to give that a little taste test. Perfect. Ooh, it's nice and thick. Beautiful. Next up, let's go ahead and saute some veg down for the eventual chicken filling. A little drizzle of some oil and some onion. Oh yeah. And some jalapeno. Hit that with a little bit of salt just to help things cook down a little bit. I'm just gonna soften these up. And once looking nice and translucent, getting a little bit of color on there, we're gonna go ahead and throw in some fresh garlic. I'm in a garlicky mood today. We're gonna go heavy. And then let this toast down for a couple minutes, but we don't want the garlic to burn. Looking good, smelling absolutely fantastic. We're gonna set this aside to cool down because it's time to fire up the pit.
There's a snake in my boot.
Firing up the old S&S kettle today. That's right, folks, I'm Team S&S nowadays. Shout out to Postal Barbecue. And on the pit we go. Gonna cook these pretty hot and fast, I'm thinking. They're pretty small, shouldn't take long. Skin side up to try and get a little bit of crispy skin going on. You know how it is. Woo! I set up my camera poorly, having to load these right over the coals. Ow! Not good for arm hair. And for a little added smoke, I'm gonna go on with a chunk of post oak from my pile. Ow! And we're gonna let them cook away. Keeping an eye on things with my beautiful Chud thermometer. On sale now, shopchuds.com. Ooh. Gotta say, it feels good to fire up the kettle again. Been a minute. Ever since that 8-month Weber kettle series, it was time to give it a little bit of a rest. But there's just something so classic about firing up a kettle in the backyard drinking a beer. Am I right, folks? After about 2 hours of resting, these tortillas are looking absolutely beautiful. Well, these dough balls, rather. They almost look fake. They're so smooth. But I got the old Chud press here fired up. On sale now. I found right around 350 degrees is the perfect temperature for making a flour tortilla. So simply enough, on we go. And we press. Taco squeal. Ooh. Look at that beautiful flour tortilla every single time. I usually like to kick up the heat when I flip it. See if we can get some puffage going on. You gotta love a freshly made flour tortilla. Am I right, folks? So into the warmer it goes with all of its friends. Like, what's not to like about that? It's so soft. Oh, and it is worth noting that the harder you press on this thing, the wider and thinner these will be. So you can really make them as thick or as fluffy or as thin as you like. Puffy. And just like that, maybe 45 minutes, an hour later, these things are looking absolutely beautiful. Internal temp around 180, 190, probing nice and tender. So off they come. I'm gonna grill off these undersides real quick. Might as well. A little extra flavor, a little extra color, never hurt anybody. And fresh on the pit, they went into this bowl with some plastic wrap on there to help steam these up so we can get some really nice, juicy pulled chicken. And after letting these cool down and steam for just a little bit, it's time to go ahead and pull out all the bones. Beautiful color on that. I'm gonna go ahead and start by removing all of the skin. Just set that aside for now, and then simply enough, we're just gonna pull out these bones. Nothing to it when they're cooked this tender. Only one bone in there. Nice. Skin goes over there. Ooh, these are very hot still. Ooh, does smell very good. Nice and smoky. And of course, be sure to feel around for any cartilage or tendons or anything like that that you don't want to eat, but nothing to it. And there we go. All the bones are removed, skin's over there, and all we're left with is some beautiful smoky thigh meat, which I'm just gonna pull apart a little bit. Just make sure you're running your hands through here, pull out any bones you may have missed, and just breaking up any big pieces. And of course, if you're feeling lazy, always bust out the power tools, folks. Beautiful stuff. And now we can go in with everything else, including our sauteed onion and jalapeno and garlic from earlier. I heated this up just a little bit. That way it'll help melt the cheese. Good old pepper jack cheese going in. I'm gonna go pretty heavy-handed, I think. Yeah, might as well. Also gonna go in with a couple shots of some hot sauce, because why not? Add a little bit of brightness and some spice, a little bit of tang, some chud rub, or whatever rub you like. Remember, we already did season the chicken, so be sure to taste it and adjust. A little bit of cumin as well, and some chili powder. And now we're just gonna get this all nice and mixed up. And obviously when you're making a flauta or a taquito, you can make whatever kind of filling you like. This is what sounded good to me. Although I was very close to doing pulled pork. Give that a taste. Oh, it's good. A little more hot sauce. Beautiful. And I know everyone's probably sitting there going, what the hell, Chud? Why would you steam it in a bowl if you wanted crispy skin? Well, we're gonna crisp it off right now. Ooh, looking good to me. Tastes like bacon. So good. All right, I think it's time to build some flautas. On my beautiful freshly made beef fat tortilla here, I'm gonna go on with some cheesy, smoky chicken filling, just like that. And then I'm gonna cinch it all to one side and roll it up like a little cigar. Boop, nothing to it. It might be a little thick. I'm okay with it. Once these have steamed too, they are just absolutely beautiful. I tell you, I've been making so many burgers and steaks and whatnot on the old Chud press lately that I forgot the main reason I invented it was to make flour tortillas. I need to start saving up some bacon grease, make some bacon fat tortillas. Haven't done that in a while. Oh, beautiful stuff. And just like that, all these little doobies are rolled up and looking absolutely beautiful. And at this point, a typical flauta is shallow fried or even deep fried in a pan. But because these are flour tortillas, I think they're gonna do better just on the flat top with some oil. If I was making taquitos, which is pretty much the same thing but with a corn tortilla, that I would definitely throw into a deep fryer. But with all the cheese and the fat in the tortillas, I think these are gonna crisp up nicely on the flat top with a little bit of oil. This Chud press is certainly getting a workout today. I love this thing. Oil. Down, flauta, down, seam side down on these. These are holding together really nicely. I mean, just like, woo, oh God. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Yeah, at this point, we're just trying to get some color on there. There we go. Oh, love that. Ooh, that's hot. Doesn't take long, folks. Ooh, crispy. Whew, why am I not using these little tongs? There we go. And please, folks, don't forget to sear the sides. Come on. I mean, what's not to like about that, folks? Beautiful. I definitely need to do this with sausage. I must say, these are pretty fun to cook. I'm gonna be honest with you folks, I would love to really spend some time and get a perfect golden brown all the way around, but we are about 15 minutes away from a hurricane about to unload, so I'm gonna just pull these off. Ow, ow, ow. Gotta say, I'm pretty happy with how these came out. Looking good. And to plate these up, we've got 3 of them on a plate because they're pretty thick. And we're gonna top that with some of our shredded iceberg lettuce, followed by our beautiful avocado crema. Oh yeah, nice and thick. Top that with some of our pico. Ooh, bringing some lovely freshness and color to the party. Gotta love that. And then I'm gonna sneak in some of our little crispy chicken skin, just kind of around that. Add some little crunch and a little more savoriness to the top. Mmm, so good. Gotta love a good crispy skin garnish, folks. And of course, we gotta hit this with a little cotija. Beautiful. And then some chopped cilantro just to top things off. And there we have it. My version of some beautiful chicken flautas. Oh, so pretty. I mean, what's not to like here, folks? Some beautiful homemade beef fat flour tortillas with some pulled chicken, crispy skin, avocado crema, pico, cilantro. Oh, I gotta dive in. I must say, I do love it when a video goes according to plan, you know? I was worried that this was gonna fall apart, or the skin wouldn't crisp up, or the tortillas wouldn't stay closed, but I must say, these are looking great, and I think it's time to dive on in. Just go for an end guy here. How you doing? Mmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Mmm. Oh, that is lovely. Man, there's so much going on there. That chicken filling is perfect. It almost acts like a sausage, you know? The cheese kind of glues everything together. With that crema on top, the freshness from that pico. It's like a little chicken cigar. Mmm. Definitely making these again. That is phenomenal. So many flavors. Honestly, I kind of want to just make dips for these, you know? Take one of these bad boys, just dip it into that crema, maybe dip it into some salsa or some hot sauce or something after that. Although I probably should be eating this with like a fork and knife so I can get all these ingredients on top. Mmm. Oh yeah, way better with everything on top. Mmm, it's so good. Freshness, the crunch of the skin. That crema is phenomenal. Don't mind if I do. Mmm, mmm, mmm.
I'm a flauta gal.
Now, is this a knife and fork kind of meal?
These might be. These are kind of long. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. It's good.
So simple, but so delicious.
And a little healthier because you didn't fry them. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm nervous about this storm coming in.
Yeah, the wind is definitely picking up. Might blow all my lettuce off my flauta.
Oh no! Here we go.
Ooh.
Yummo.
I missed an opportunity during the Super Bowl to make these full of buffalo chicken and just dip these into blue cheese or ranch or something.
Ooh.
Be so good.
Nice flip, babe.
Kind of cool. Do you think these would freeze and reheat all right?
Not mind that. Yeah, I think so.
All right, folks. I'm going to eat like 5 of these off camera real quick. Mm-hmm. I got to say, folks, this is another one of those videos where this came out way better than I was expecting. I don't know why. You know, everything about this is good, great quality stuff, very flavorful, but I'm loving this. Not gonna stop today. Ow. All right, folks, without further ado, I think it is time, with this very last bite, for the official taste test. All right, y'all, that is it. That is how to make some absolutely fantastic, smoky, pulled chicken flautas. I highly recommend giving this one a try. It is a super easy recipe, and you can use whatever leftover barbecue you've got lying around and make them as healthy or as unhealthy as your heart desires. But all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for supporting Team Chud and allowing me to keep making all of these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!